welcome to Dr. Jea and JP's vidcast, a series of video podcasts designed to disrupt your current ways of thinking and breathe new perspectives into your life.
That's right, and so today we actually have a topic that Jay and I have not prepared for, and we're going to see what happens. So I was in California, and something came to mind. You know, we're talking about a lot of different important subjects, and one thing is treating each other with respect and kindness. And one thing that I was thinking about, Jay, is this idea that humans are pattern recognizing beings. And so we recognize a lot of patterns, but what's interesting about those patterns sometimes is that patterns become labels. Like all of a sudden we see a certain group of people that we have seen a certain pattern, and all of a sudden we do a label. This came up in a conversation with one of my cousins with regard to even masculinity and femininity. This idea that we seek these patterns, and all of a sudden we say, oh, you know, that woman is so masculine, or that man is so feminine, you know, and so...
So you've named certain behaviors masculine, and you've named certain behaviors feminine.
Right, and so I was just wondering what your experiences have been with...
Authenticity,
right?
Embracing authenticity. I think it's an interesting concept. As a woman who's been labeled both, like I have a lot of masculine tendencies, I've been told that I'm very strong, I'm very independent. I tend to prefer hanging out with the boys and watching football and drinking beer and eating nachos over a day of shopping at the mall or even going to the spa and getting pedicures. And so it is interesting to analyze what aspects of ourselves are masculine and are feminine. What I find is important for us to embrace is that we're really a combination of both. Similar to if you can picture a yin and yang symbol and there's a balance of black and a balance of white, we have a balance in each of ourselves of masculine traits and feminine traits.
Even though we recognize patterns and we start seeing things that we like to put into boxes, you know, for a lack of a better term, this idea that because we seek patterns, it has led to some amazing discoveries, and it has led to a lot of amazing things throughout history. But I wonder if it's also something that we can just challenge you to be more aware of when you are seeking patterns in your everyday life, and all of a sudden it becomes a label. For instance, with masculine and feminine, if we're going to stick with that topic, maybe there is no such thing as masculine and feminine, that people are just people. And I think it's so natural. I know.
We just made up these words and started to use them.
If you think about it, there's no such thing as masculine and feminine. These are human constructions. And it's not bad. It's absolutely not bad. But thinking about the simple fact that masculine and feminine are actually words created by humans because we found patterns. Mm-hmm. And so thinking about when you're doing that, what is masculine, what is feminine in your own life and in your own behaviors and the way that you present yourself, also try to celebrate the idea that maybe this isn't actually a thing. Maybe I don't have masculine and feminine. Maybe I just am.
So with that, just be
So that's our tip for you today to kind of think about today, is think about labels, think about the patterns that you've sought out in your life and how they may be helping or hindering your experience with others.
And also think about how you can disrupt that way of thinking. So we took a typical label of masculine and feminine and said, what if there's nothing? What if we're neither masculine nor feminine? And what if we create ourselves? And with that, we're going to talk about that next week, creating yourself. And I have, this time, it'll be my surprise. JP doesn't know what I have planned to talk about. Look out! We look forward to seeing you in 1 week.
Take care.